Hey Felicia,
Hey, Jesse.
you got the voice thingy up
I do.
at voice.idiots.fm. Anybody can play.
I sure as heck do.
Let's hit this button. How about it?
Let's do
We'll do
that.
it on three.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. What'd you
I got
get?
old man again.
No, I got Bell.
Belle?
I don't. Yeah, like
Like
Southern
Southern
Belle.
Belle? Okay. We can do that since I got to do old man last week.
Briefly, I really hate the old man one.
I love
I
it.
should I should just take it out.
2 idiots talking over stuff. Talking over. Talking over. Talking over.
What's up, you fucking idiots?
What's up?
You know, still got COVID, I guess.
And by you mean...
I'm Jesse. You can find me on Twitter at Night for now.
And there's the COVID.
And who are you?
I'm Felicia. You can find me at Felicia3 on Twitter and Instagram. And together, minus the COVID, we're two idiots talking over stuff.
Yeah.
And we have a website. It's www.idiots.fm. On that website, you can find links to our social media, including our Discord, where you can talk to other idiots. And then you can add us at Tito's Pod anywhere else. And hey, if you're feeling nice and nice, you could go ahead and rate us on podchaser.com or Apple Podcasts. And we got some Podchaser ratings.
Hell yeah, we got
so
3 of them.
Thank you so much, Beth, Tatiana, and North Park Charlie.
I still don't know. I want to know who North Park Charlie is.
Whoever you are, we appreciate it.
Is this someone we know? Or is this an organic listener?
I don't know anyone named Charlie.
He specifically rated our Best in Show episode 5 stars. And I thought it was a good episode. I said I've never seen a Shih Tzu in disrepair. And
yes, you did.
And you treated me like I was stupid for that.
No, you said, are there wild Shih Tzus? And that's why we treated you like you were stupid.
I still don't have an answer to that.
Oh, boy.
You can't. All right. Prove to me that there are wild Shih Tzus.
I'm saying there aren't.
Oh, wait. You really think no?
Of course not.
What? There's gotta be. I'm on the other side of this. I think there are. I was just joking.
Dude, they're purebreds. They're specifically bred and sold for that purpose.
You don't think a couple have escaped?
Sure, but they're not like roaming free in the prairies. You don't go catch a Shih Tzu every time someone wants one.
Man, of the like billions of dogs out there, there's gotta be like a pack of Shih Tzus just roaming around in the woods somewhere.
So stupid.
Hey Felicia.
Hey Jesse.
You seen any wild Shih Tzus lately?
Sure haven't. I haven't seen a lot lately. I decided after Christmas, I bought a bunch of like organization stuff, and I decided that I was going to organize my entire kitchen and rearrange furniture to have more space. So I did that this weekend, and I reorganized all my cabinets, and that was interesting.
Hell yeah. I thought you were definitely going to tell me you haven't done any of that shit.
I did it. I did it last weekend. But then today, my mom texted me and said that my entire family wants to come and visit this weekend, and I haven't
at your
cleaned
house?
Shit.
Oh, what'd you say? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what am I gonna say? No, I gotta clean now.
You say no. Give me time to clean, yo.
But then I'm gonna be on vacation.
Oh, that's right. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
That's a full cleaning you got to do.
That's a big big old deep clean over the next couple days.
I'd be looking at a cleaning service kind of hard.
I work from home. How awkward is that when you just have to it's a one-bedroom apartment. I just gotta sit there while someone else cleans.
I think, isn't that how it goes generally? Or are you supposed to vamoose?
I don't know, it just seems awkward. It's like, I could be doing this, but
Just,
instead
no, just sit in a corner like the Blair Witch. No, that's how they get money. That's not
yeah,
awkward. That's like they're doing a service for you so you can be
I don't know,
lazy.
man. They're looking right at your mess while you're in the room, and you have to be like, "Sorry,
They're
I'm
judging you.
gross."
They're judging
Exactly.
you on your mess.
Yeah. Yes.
they they turn around every so often, give you a little eye about the mess in
Yeah,
particular
it's
they're
like
looking at.
they're looking behind my fridge, and I'm like, "I've never cleaned behind there. I'm sorry. I don't know. I didn't know that you had to."
Nah, dude, this is a privilege move. It's great. You just be like,
Yeah.
here's some money. I'm sorry. I'm depressed and gross. And then you fix that for me.
I'd rather suffer instead of have that shame.
I think you're still I think you're still supposed to like mostly clean up. They just you would pay them to do like the spit shine type shit or whatever.
Mm,
I don't think
not
you just
worth
have a
it.
sty and then they clean it up.
Yeah, probably not. But
I think you gotta like kickstart it.
maybe it's just how much judgment you're comfortable with.
Yeah. We've never used a service for the same reason. I would be like,
Yeah,
that was it for you. Oh, you got an
that's it
owl.
for me.
You're telling me you
Oh,
had an owl friend.
well, it's every once in a while I hear an owl. I don't know if it's because I have a lot of redwood trees and oak trees around my house. I live right next to a creek. So there
Mm-hmm.
is an owl making little whoo whoo noises. We were talking about that yesterday because Jesse's bad at owl impressions. And
Yeah. Well, I was trying to convince you it was a man.
yeah, Jesse was trying to convince me it was a man and said I wouldn't know the difference. And then he tried to do some impressions. And I said, but I can tell that's a man. Yeah.
No, you said there's like no H when it whoos somehow.
Yeah, because you're over here going, hoo hoo, where it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh. You get it?
But it hoots.
Yeah, but you don't hear the H.
We already argued about this last
Yeah,
night.
I don't
We
want to
can't
get
rehash
into it. But
There was
yes,
10
there's
good
an
minutes
owl
about the
around me.
H.
I listened to various owl calls yesterday to determine what kind of owl
Why?
it might be
Oh, that's
because I
right.
wanted to know. And
Yeah, you
I
told
believe
me.
it is a great horned owl.
I believe it is a hoot owl.
No, that's not real.
You said that's not real, but I believe it to be true. I've always heard hoot owl.
I'm looking it up right this moment. Hoot owl.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
What? I've heard people say hoot owl my whole life.
That's not a thing.
All right, well, agree to disagree.
There is a 2002 film called The Hoot Owl.
See? That just didn't come from
Not a
nowhere.
type of owl. Because owls hoot. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
You know what hoot starts with?
An H. But you know what doesn't sound like it has an H when it hoots?
But why is it called a hoot then?
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, we need
Shut
Frankie.
Up.
We need Frankie.
No, I need a new friend.
Frankie will shoot me down, guaranteed. Frankie would be on your side, probably.
If you're listening to this, Frankie, I don't even know what to ask you for. Just tell Jesse he's wrong.
There's no such thing as a hoot owl, is what Frankie
So
would
what's
probably
new
say.
with you?
Nothing. Working on music, and I can't sing currently because cough.
Oh yeah.
So I've just been writing and working on sequencing music and writing stuff for a comic book and audio drama thing.
Hell yeah.
And that's it. I've just been a little creative boy.
I feel like it hasn't been all that long since we last recorded, but I guess it has been a week.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Not a lot happened this week.
I'm an uneventful person in general. I just do the same shit every week.
Well, the problem is the last time we were coming back from several weeks of not having done this due to holidays, so there was more to talk about. This
That's
week
true.
we just reaffirmed that we're boring adults who don't do anything.
super boring adults just seeped in depression.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wow, welcome to Two Idiots with Depression.
Teach would.
Two
Oh,
idiots.
no.
Idiots. Two idiots with tude? Tu-
Mm,
Tude?
would. Hey,
Hey,
what did
what
we
we
watch?
watched last week? Hey, we had the same idea. We were both trying to eject out of that.
Yeah. Did we really watch Return to Oz in VR? Was that this past
Uh,
week?
yeah, I
I
believe
feel
that
like
was
that was
last.
longer ago.
No,
No,
I
I
think
guess
it was last
not.
Tuesday. Well, now
Interesting.
you have me questioning myself.
Well, I can't think of what else we watched if we watched something else that you're probably right.
Yeah, I think it was Return to Oz.
Well, we watched Paul T. Goldman first.
That's true.
Have we talked about Paul T. Goldman?
No, but well, maybe, but we could rehash.
Basically, without trying to give too much away, it is this guy who is recounting the story of how he found out his wife was up to some shady business in their relationship, and he's
Hmm.
trying to make a movie about it and insists on playing himself in the reenactment.
Yeah.
So it's like him telling the story and then also you watching behind the scenes of the movie being made, and this ridiculous tale full of absolute horseshit is unraveling from
Yeah.
this dumb psychopath who's like a child, and it's
He,
so interesting.
it's really interesting. Seth Rogen's the executive producer. I I can't remember the director's name, but they certainly have a plan to just let this guy hang himself on camera.
Yeah.
Like they start out, they just give him all the rope he could want, and
It's
they're just
clear the
letting
director
him.
hates him.
Yeah, everybody hates him in this thing.
Mhm.
Except, I don't want to spoil anything. There's one character who doesn't hate him, but I don't want to spoil it. But this is one of the most unique shows I've ever seen. It's along the lines of like a Nathan Fielder type thing,
Mhm. Very much
but
so.
a different vein because I don't think this guy is even kind of playing a character. I think
Oh
he's just
no.
this wacky idiot.
Yeah, it's like if you gave a child a bunch of money to write their own action movie and it
Yeah.
just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
And he's got like ideas for what to shoot, and the director like very reluctantly goes along.
Yeah, but it's all shit like, okay, what if right here I said buzz off, pal?
Yeah, dude.
And they'll just be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Paul T. Goldman, recommended by Elliot Morgan on Twitter. And as I say that, I know we talked about this last week.
Yeah,
But
but it's
uh
we've certainly seen more since last week,
yeah,
and
we
we'd
watched
recommend
episode
it more.
5. Still
Yeah.
recommend more. Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
Ends in a weird little cliffhanger.
Yeah, I think we have one episode left.
Yep. That airs on Saturday, I think.
Hell
And I
yeah.
think we're watching episode 6 in VR, if I'm not mistaken.
Hell yeah. So we watched that first and then Return to Oz.
Yeah, which I'd never heard of before.
Same.
I'd seen that fucking the robot thing, like
The
the
Tin Man? Oh,
clockwork guy, the like big
yeah.
circular waddle boy. I
Right.
can't. What is his name? It's
Oh, I don't
something
know,
like
man.
Clockwork or something. But I'd seen that guy in the wild, but I never knew what he was from, and I'd never seen this movie.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like if the original Frank L. Baum Wizard of Oz story had a sequel. So not
Yeah,
really if the original Wizard of Oz movie had a sequel. Like Dorothy is a lot younger, and it's like I don't know, it's a lot I don't want to say creepier because it's not necessarily creepy, but there are a
it's
lot more
dark.
creatures. Yeah, it's very dark.
It's dark.
Um
It's like looks like it's made for kids, but it's way too dark for kids.
Yeah, it's certainly strange. There's a lot of puppet type creatures.
Yeah. But Fairuza Balk, who plays Dorothy, said she had a blast,
Oh, I
which I
bet.
wasn't expecting because the tone of that movie, I was like expecting like a Stanley Kubrick style torturous set experience.
I feel like at that point you're a kid and you get to interact with a lot of like basically toys. That might be
Yeah.
a fun experience.
Oh, I remember I told Steve my theory about something, but I didn't tell you. You
Okay.
remember there's a big rock demon thing? in the
No.
tunnels?
No.
Like, you know, were you phased out by then?
I think I actually did fall asleep a little bit towards the end of
Oh,
that.
well, shit. I can't tell you my theory then.
I mean, you can. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Well, there's a part where they're underground with a like rock god. He's like a dude made of a mountain, like never ending story style, kind of.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden he opens up
Oh,
this
yeah,
portal to
yeah.
hell, like a fiery hellscape. And I was telling Steve, like, I wonder, because it was out of nowhere, it was like a non sequitur in the story. And I was telling Steve, I wonder if that was the orphanage burning down.
Oh, God.
Like, I wonder if because Dorothy gets like electroshock therapy.
Yeah. Dude, I forgot about that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think she might be out of it. And when that hellscape opens by the rock dude, I'm wondering if that's the inferno we find out at the end of the movie. Because they
Oof.
said, as they're like taking the wagon away from that place, they said it burned down.
Yeah, I remember that. Interesting, maybe.
I'm wondering if that's why, because otherwise I can't figure out why that rock guy would have some portal to fucking hell just ready
Yeah.
to go.
Don't
Uh,
we all?
yeah, everybody needs one of those.
Yeah.
We watched Best in Show. That was really fun.
Yeah, that was our watch along. So if you want to hear that, you can hear me, Jesse, and Beth talk
Yeah,
about it.
I think it was a pretty good watch along too. That was a funny
Yeah,
movie.
it was. It was a good one.
A lot of it improved very well
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yeah, a lot of funny people.
Hell yeah. And if you like Schitt's Creek, what's her name?
Catherine O'Hara and Eugene
Yeah.
Levy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's maybe where they got their start with their chemistry.
I think they've
And
been
it's
in a couple things together, but I can't name them.
they were very good in Best in Show though. Like highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a movie called Sideways, which
What
is Paul Giamatti and not Hayden Christensen, Thomas Hayden Church.
that sounds really familiar.
Sideways is about a loser who loves wine and his actor friend who loves sex. And
Oh,
they're like,
okay. Yeah,
and
of course.
they're going on a trip before the actor friend gets married because he's gonna get up to debauchery for one last weekend. And they take a trip to like wine country.
Hey, Jesse, does it maybe go sideways?
Yeah. Paul Giamatti's great. He plays a really great loser.
Yeah.
But overall, it's like a weird love story. It won Oscars, I think, for its screenplay. So it's a good movie, and I just wanted to watch it again randomly. We watched Once with Beth.
We did. I have had songs from that stuck in my head. I don't know words. I've just had like melodies stuck in my head. Because the
Probably
songs are good,
falling
but they're also
slowly.
really repetitive. I
Yeah,
don't know
they are. Yeah, the songs are a little repetitive. They're like formulaic for a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
But it was really cool that he wrote all those songs for that movie. It's like a handful of really good songs for a movie. But it's a musician named Glenn Hansard. Hansard. Yeah, he's just playing a guitar and singing, and it's a story about it's romance, and it's about him just becoming a star from nothing.
Yeah.
But
It's a bit of a doomed romance.
yeah, but it doesn't. I don't. It's weird because yes, it's a doom romance, but you don't really feel bad at the end.
I guess, but it's not like super satisfying either.
Well, no doomed romance is ever going to be super satisfying.
Exactly.
But you do get some cool songs along the way, and they hold up.
They
That
do
movie
sing
came
a
out.
lot.
That movie came out in like 2007. Yeah, the main characters do sing a lot, and they harmonize well, and it's good. I watched a Depeche Mode live in Berlin on Amazon Prime Video because I saw a video of Enjoy the Silence, that one that I sent you, where he's just twirling around. I've never seen a man twirl this much in my life. But that was like a really good show if you like Depeche Mode. And I brought that up because we watched Last of Us, and Last of Us ends with the Depeche Mode song. It was weird.
That's fun. Last of Us also opened with the Swede talking.
Yeah.
Jesse's least favorite character from Hell on Wheels and probably ever.
Yeah. I think he might be, but he definitely like he cemented his legacy with Hell on Wheels. I hate that character more than any character I've ever come
Yeah,
across.
that actor just plays a series of very off-putting characters.
He wasn't
That actor,
like
I mean.
he wasn't awful in that first scene though.
No, he was just like some random scientist explaining the origins of the virus in The Last of Us. So,
Yeah.
this is, I think, like the main thing we have to talk about today.
Hmm.
I want to know your thoughts as someone who has not played Last of Us.
I liked it a lot. I know you were telling me, you were like live tweeting me a little bit while
Yeah.
you were watching it. You were saying that it was veering with some exposition a little bit.
Yeah, there are some parts, like, none of it is extraneous in the sense that they're like making shit up. Every piece of exposition that was extra was really just kind of giving context to some stuff that happens in the game but doesn't really get explained. But I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think it needs to, but I understand how those things need to be changed or tweaked to kind of fit the format of a TV show. So
Yeah.
I wasn't mad about it. There was just kind of a chunk towards the middle of the episode where I was kind of like, okay, where are we going with this? But it brought it back around.
As someone who's not seen it, everything seemed to be in its right place. Like
Yeah,
it felt very solidly written, and I didn't think it didn't feel like they were taking liberties anywhere. It just felt like it
no,
was good.
they weren't taking liberties. I think what it was more than anything is that they were kind of trying to replace some of the story that you get from gameplay with just
Hmm.
plain story. Like the situation where Tess is being held hostage by Robert and a couple of his men. Like that we never really see in the game, but you do see that like Tess has a black eye and wants to get revenge on Robert. And then there's
Right.
kind of a whole sequence of gameplay where you're kind of tracking him down. So I can see all of that was just kind of them making that all make sense for a television show,
Yeah.
when a lot of that section is just gameplay.
That makes sense. And I
Yeah.
think it was well done because nothing felt out of place. Like everything felt
No.
necessary to guide me along there.
Yeah, it was kind of like arriving at the same conclusions, just using slightly different formulas.
Yeah.
Um, and that said, there was far more that was straight out of the game. Like, I have played Last of Us many, many, many times. I have a lot
Hmm.
of pieces of it and lines from it memorized. So there were like many places where I knew what the next line was going to be in the show and it worked. It's not even like they just paid homage. It was even like shot for shot.
Yeah.
Specifically, there's a sequence where Joel, Tommy, and Ellie, or not Ellie, sorry, Sarah,
Uh-huh.
are escaping in Tommy's truck and Tommy is driving.
You had me watch that
Yeah.
cutscene.
Uh-huh.
I
It's
recognized. I like looked over to Miriam. I was like, this is shot for shot, like
it is. It's
perfect.
insane. It's like in the game you're playing as Sarah and you can like go to each of the windows and look out them, and I
Yeah.
swear they use the exact same movement in the show. It's insane. And everything that you see as you're driving down the highway, like there's a building that's on fire. There's a family with a kid that asks for a ride. Like everything
Hmm.
was exactly the same as the game. Like this is the
Yeah.
only, like I've seen attempted video game adaptations, be it like a movie or a TV show. Usually they kind of just take the concept and put their own spin on it. I've never seen any adaptation where it's literally they tried to even stick with the cinematics from the game. Like it's so unique and interesting, and it's,
Yeah.
I think, the only way to really make fans of the game happy. Like I can't really imagine that anybody who loves the game watched this and was disappointed.
Well, they nailed that. They
Yeah,
nailed that sequence,
they really
which is
did.
technically impressive because
Yeah.
lighting and everything. It just it
The
looked
I
like
mean
it looked
everything.
exactly like that entire sequence.
Yeah. Especially even the part where there's like almost POV driving shots that
Yeah,
are straight
yeah.
out of the game where you're kind of like trying to drive through running panicked crowds of people that felt it just felt like I was playing. It was so strange, but
Yeah, and
so
it
well
fit.
done. Yeah.
It fit. It didn't seem forced at all. It didn't
No.
like it didn't show its hand that that's what it was doing.
And
It
that's
was
like
it just seemed like part of the show. It's really cool.
it was really, really cool. I think it's a testament to how much Neil Druckmann is involved in the making of the show, but also
Hmm.
like how much Craig Mazin and other people, I'm sure, who work on it are fans of the game.
Yeah.
Um,
And Craig
and I
Mazin is
think,
very particular. He's a very particular person.
yeah, I think it bodes well for the rest of the series.
Yeah, I'm in. I haven't
Hmm.
played the game. There was plenty of stuff that I didn't. I've only ever seen that cutscene you showed me
Yeah.
up until the Tommy like shoots the soldier.
Right. And all of that even was perfect. Like even
Yeah,
Sarah, the Joel's daughter, like sounded exactly like Sarah from the game. It's so weird. Um
yeah,
I am
it
uh,
was crazy.
regarding casting. I was telling you I'm pretty sold on Pedro Pascal as Joel. I was actually talking to Miriam a little bit about the casting, and
I
she
was
was
about to
like, I
bring
kind
Miriam
of
out.
wish she was like, I kind of wish he was more southern. And I was like, yeah, it kind of feels like the southern comes and goes because it is in Texas. They're from
Yeah,
Texas. So Joel and Tommy are like kind of Hicks. uh
I'm
so
wondering if maybe Pedro Pascal doesn't do a great Southern accent. Maybe they just like
it happens, but I feel like it then it'll fade and then it'll come back and then it'll fade. So I feel
yeah.
like I don't know, maybe he just isn't being super consistent or he that's just his method. Either way, I think he makes a great Joel.
Hmm.
I'm a little bit less sold on Bella Ramsey as Ellie, and I think it's really just like a looks thing more than anything. Like
Yeah.
I think it's just me thinking of Bella Ramsey as the little girl from Game of Thrones, and I'm just kind of waiting to be more swept away in her role.
I'm sure it's coming.
I think so too, because she is doing a really good job. And there were like a couple of line deliveries where I was like, that was Ellie. So like I'm hearing it. I'm just kind of waiting to be like completely swept away.
And that might just be because you two have played the games because she was
Oh,
perfectly
for
fine to
sure.
me.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
like no issues at all.
And it's also because we both like Ashley Johnson has a really specific sounding voice.
Yeah.
And like we both are more familiar, I guess, with Ashley Johnson because I know Miriam watches a lot of Crit Role.
Yeah,
So I
she's a
feel
fucking
like
like super fan.
that's part of it too, where it's just like this isn't the voice actor, but she's doing really well, and I think she'll continue to do so, and it'll sell me like pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I feel like as the series goes on, you're gonna probably think less and less about the video game is what I
Totally,
would think.
yeah. Already, like the actress who plays Marlene is the voice actress for Marlene in the game, so she is
Oh, that's
already
cool.
there. Um,
I was
Tess,
wondering about that because for that character, I was like, they could have cast like Zoe from Firefly here, or
yeah,
they could have
it's a
cast
really
like
similar character.
Rosario Dawson. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
glad
wondering
they
because
stuck. Huh.
what were we gonna say?
I'm just that I'm glad they stuck with the same voice actor.
I think so too, because I think as I was wondering that, I was like Zoe from Firefly, Rosario Dawson. I was like, nah, I think she's good here because I think if you cast like a star in that role, it'd be distracting.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue with both the Joel and Ellie role is that they are big stars from Game of Thrones. They're super recognizable. So it's just a matter of like watching enough of it to forget that, like waiting to be swept away in the performances.
Yeah,
But
and it
yes,
was already like
Marlene,
that for me by the end of episode 1. I was in.
yeah. Oh, I'm for sure in. I think I'm just hoping to see a little more Ellie. Which I'm sure I will. But yeah, Marlene is great. I thought the guy who played Tommy did a really good job, even though he doesn't necessarily look like Tommy, he sounds exactly like Tommy.
Mhm.
Tess is also another character I was kind of like, this isn't like she doesn't look anything like the Tess from the game. I think actually at one point they had cast the voice actress but I don't know what happened there.
That's the one
She
character that is not I have a lot of questions about. They didn't flesh her out that much.
No, and but the weird thing is she's almost a little bit more fleshed out than she is in the game.
Oh, that's
In
weird.
the show, it seems like they're being really obvious that there's some kind of relationship between Tess and Joel. In the
Yeah,
game, they really don't acknowledge that until the future, and it's like a real throwaway line. It's like, if there is anything between us, you'll do this type of thing.
interesting.
So it's a lot more subtle in the game. But yeah, like she's strange. She's a little bit strangely written in the show to me. But I
Yeah, well,
think in
I don't know who she is or what she does. Just kind
right,
of a question mark.
it seems like basically, she and Joel work together smuggling stuff, but we
Yeah.
don't know the history there.
Yeah, we
And
haven't
we don't in
they
yeah.
gave a 0 Y for that.
And that's fine because they don't in the game either. But yeah, she's just the I guess she's kind of the most dissimilar, but in essence it is still the same character. She's kind
Cool.
of like a hard as nails, um resourceful, tough lady.
Yeah. They it was very there was a shot when they were in what was it, like a train station or a sewer or something when they find that zombie on the wall.
Yeah,
I thought it was very deliberate that they had her lead the way through that door. I think
why?
they did that on purpose as like to help drive home the point that she's like she could function on her own.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's a badass
Right.
because in the back of my head I was expecting Pedro Pascal to be the one to
Mhm.
push through that door, and I think
Yeah.
the writers probably did that deliberately to like further give you some insight into her character.
Yeah, it is the same way in the game for the most part. Like Tess is very capable. Like, you know how in some games when you have a ward, you have to protect them and
Mhm.
like, you have to fight everybody and make sure that the people you're with don't get killed. Well, in this game, both Tess and Ellie are very much resourceful on their own. You don't need to protect them. They
Right.
are actively helping you fight. So I think, they stayed true to that for sure.
Yeah, it was good. I think everything is pointing to this being probably an amazing series by the end.
Yeah, I agree. It was interesting, the breakdown of like this episode content.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure if they were going to either blast through the intro section or try to elongate it into the entire episode, which I was going to be like, you can't. It's like 15 minutes. Um so I'm glad that they didn't do either of those. I think they gave it enough time and then they moved on. And I think where they are is like, I wouldn't have necessarily chosen to stop there in the gameplay because it feels like it's kind of in the middle of a section, but I think it
Mhm.
worked. I think they did a good job. So I'm trying to like get an idea now of how each section is going to be broken up.
Mm. Well, that's for you because I have no idea what's about to happen.
Right. In the game, the gameplay is broken up by seasons. It starts in spring, and spring is the longest chapter. So I think
Huh.
we'll probably get one or two more episodes in that season,
That's fun.
and then we'll move on. Yeah.
So we're gonna see some snow for sure.
Oh yeah, the winter section of the game is my favorite, and I'm very excited.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Episode 2's coming next week. I'm gonna try to talk Miriam into watching it live with me so that we don't have to wait till Tuesday to record.
Hell yeah.
Uh but I don't know, maybe it's better this way because it's fresh on my mind.
Yeah, this is nice too. So I finally watched the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, what'd you think?
Um I didn't I don't know. It was really strange. There were
Mm-hmm.
definitely parts that I did laugh out loud. Like there are some very funny parts. And
Fingies?
yes, fingies.
Yeah.
um that said, I feel like when the thing with the donkey happens, it takes a turn and then just
Yeah.
kind of like nothing really gets resolved. It just gets like darker and sadder and then kind
Uh-huh.
of ends.
Yeah, I agree. But
um
I think that's an Irish style.
Yeah, I'm not really the type of person who needs everything to end happy. I feel like it just left a little to be desired, but
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
I still had a good time with it. It was long, it was very melancholic, but it was
Weird.
like weird and funny and great performances. So I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
I think Colin Farrell was amazing in it.
He's great. So was the other guy whose name I can never remember, even though he's in a
Me
lot of stuff.
neither.
Um,
It's an Irish name.
yeah, I will look it up. But anyway, I think the people who did the Banshees are the same people who did like The Lobster and Killing of a Sacred Deer, I want to
Yeah.
say. And I was not a fan of either of those. They're both just very strange.
I'm gonna say a big spoilery thing.
Do it.
Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. This will ruin tension. Spoiler. As I was watching it, I was like, if they fucking burn this dog, Felicia's gonna kill someone.
Yeah, I would not have been happy, but
No, me
spoiler,
neither.
spoiler, spoiler, they do not. So
No.
if you're worried about that, don't worry. His name is Brendan Gleeson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
he's
he's
very good.
someone Donald. Who's Donald Gleason? His son?
I don't know.
I think Donald Gleason is his son, if I
Maybe.
remember correctly. Yeah, but I was like, if they kill that dog, Felicia's gonna throw a fucking shit fit because it was what a great dog.
They do kill another animal, and that was very sad.
Spoilers, spoilers,
Spoilers. We're in
spoilers.
the spoiler section. I don't think we had to
Oh
say
yeah,
it
yeah.
again, but
I don't know. Yeah, I
um,
was very sad when the donkey died.
well, spoilers.
He got murdered.
Anyway, it's been long enough. Y'all should have seen it by now if you really wanted to. But yeah, it's charming in its own ways, but just like, I don't know, a little bit dissatisfying.
Yeah, melancholy, and Gleason's character, his motivations make no sense to me, but I just kind
Yeah.
of went along with it. This is Irish.
Yeah, the
I think it's
finger
just
thing
Irish.
doesn't, I guess. It just doesn't make sense given that he wants to be a musician. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. He's like a fiddle. What do you play, fiddle?
Yeah.
And cut off all his finger. Like, all right, okay, I guess.
Like, I can see threatening to do it because
Yeah,
you think maybe your friend will stop so you don't, but then he does it.
and it's actually like the most memorable thing in the film for me when he's
Oh,
chucking his fucking
100%.
fingers at the doors.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he did because that's funny.
Yeah.
But like, it's a weird decision though.
It certainly is. The other thing I watched was White Lotus season 1.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. I was very much in the first episode, although I really didn't expect to see Steve Zahn's balls immediately.
Yeah.
but, but I really enjoyed the season. It was also kind of like similar in that it doesn't end in a super satisfying way. Like, there's a bunch of intertwining stories, and some of the people's stories do end well, I suppose.
No spoilers.
No, I'm not spoiling.
I'm gonna try to watch it with Miriam. I think I've tried to watch it by myself, but I got to like episode 2.
I recommend sticking with it. But yeah, like, because there are so many different stories happening at once, some of them do end in a way that feels complete and satisfying. But then there are several that really just don't. Like, they're very dissatisfying to me because they don't end in the way you want.
Right.
So not that this really knocks it down in score, in my opinion, per se. It's just like, you finish the season and everything you want to happen doesn't happen, so you're kind of like, oh. And I don't think those characters are all going to come back in the next season because it's about the staff and guests at a hotel. I know that Jennifer Coolidge's character is in the second season, but I don't think any of the other guests are. I'm not sure. I haven't started it yet.
Yeah. People seem to fucking love that second season.
Yeah, so I am really looking forward to it. But yeah, I was just kind of like, damn, there were a couple things I really would have loved to see happen, and it just didn't.
I think when I went to watch it, I had just watched Succession, and I was just
Mm.
fucking tired of bougie people. I was like,
Yeah, Succession is one that I tried really hard several times to get into, and I just can't.
I got through a season of it. It's too fucking heavy, man,
Yeah, I think
and
that's probably about what I did too.
it's too heavy, and everybody fucking sucks, and
Yes.
there's, like, no redeeming characters, and it's just
No.
a slog. It just feels bad when you watch it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like gorging yourself with junk food. Like, on some level, it kind of feels good maybe, but for the most part, you're just, like, ruining your night.
Yeah, I agree.
But, yeah, I wanna watch White Lotus because everybody, whose opinion I trust keeps saying it's great, and I can't remember why I stopped watching it. I think maybe Audrey Plaza's character got on my nerves or something.
She's not in the first season.
Who am I thinking? One of the girls, the teenage girls got on my
Oh
fucking
yeah,
nerves.
they do.
I can't
But
remember.
I do want you to watch it and finish it because I'm wondering, like, I feel like you more so than me don't like it when something ends in a dissatisfying way. So
Most
I
of the
feel
time, yeah.
like, yeah, I feel like there's one story in particular I feel like you'll hate. So I'm kind of wondering.
Alright. Well, I'll try to next time me and Miriam both have time, I'll try to watch it,
Hell yeah.
and we'll see where that goes.
You know, the time for asking
Question?
is right now.
Hey, we got a question from the Discord from our friend Tatiana.
Yeah.
Why don't you go to etsy.com/magiclessmage if you like stickers and stuff.
Do it.
She has fun stickers. You sent me one for Christmas.
I did.
Tatiana's question: in your opinion, what's the best movie adaptation you've seen? Do you have one?
There's a couple I can think of. If we're talking about books, I mean, I don't want to talk too long about The Terror because it's obviously one I've talked about before. I love it very
Mhm.
much, but it is pretty faithful to the book. The only place it diverges is the ending, weirdly enough.
Right.
But I like both of them. So it's not like I love the book and the movie didn't do a good job. I think, or a TV show, I should say. I like both endings. I like both stories, and for the most part, it's pretty faithful. I think it's like kind of nice to supplement your knowledge of
Uh-huh.
the show with the book and vice versa. So it's almost like you know things that not everybody else who watches it knows.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good one. The other one in kind of a similar vein is a book called In the Heart of the Sea, which they made into a movie starring Chris Hemsworth and Cillian Murphy and little baby the guy who plays the new Spider-Man whose name is Tom
Tom
Holland.
Holland?
Yeah. So it was kind of an under the radar movie, but it is based on the book In the Heart of the Sea, which is the true story about the events that inspired Moby Dick. And it's literally like a whale attacks a ship, sinks it,
Huh.
and then all these people have to try to survive.
I've never heard of it. Do you think I would like it?
Maybe. I think it might be like slightly boring for you, but it is a true story, and it's to me quite interesting. And it's a
Have
good
you ever
cast.
seen Master and Commander?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I was like, I bet you would like that.
I did. I think I fell asleep the first time. It was a little bit boring, and then I had to finish it another time. But it wasn't
does
bad. I
have-
liked it.
It does have it lags in parts for sure.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's watch In the Heart of the Sea.
All right, I'll think
Probably
about
not
it.
a watch along.
I'm gonna look it up and see.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of rating it has. But anyway, yes. What's your answer?
I don't really read, but I love movies that have been adapted from books. So I just went with that. So my favorite is Blade Runner, and it's based on a Philip K. Dick book called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep that I've never read, but I fucking love Blade Runner a whole lot.
So your best adaptation is just a movie you like, but you have no idea if it's anything like the book.
Yeah, I have I don't read. I have like terrible ADHD. There's only been a handful of books ever that have kept my attention. One is about barefoot running, which is so whenever I think about that, I'm like, why did that book in particular hold my attention? I don't even remember what it was called. And like the first 3 Harry Potter books, I couldn't make it through the 4th.
Yeah, I think that's why I have such specific interests when it comes to books, because I'm the same way where like if it doesn't immediately grab my attention, I just fall asleep when I'm reading.
Yeah.
So it has to be really good.
Yeah, I have a big problem with that.
Um
But I assume that I think Philip K. Dick is beloved, so I assume that book
yeah.
rules. The movie certainly does. And it kind of
uh
set the stage for cyberpunk,
I've
the
never seen
aesthetic.
Blade Runner.
We got to watch it. I don't know if
Yeah.
it holds up. I think it does, but I mostly love it for the aesthetic and the music.
Hmm.
The story's good, but I am big into music,
Yes, you are.
and that's my favorite part of that movie. I think probably the best adaptation I've ever seen is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But again,
That's fair.
I could never read those books. Miriam told me about the books one time and said that he was like describing blades of grass and shit. And I know.
Well, I know my mom loved The Hobbit and was kind
Yeah.
of disappointed in the movies just because they broke it up into 3 different movies and was just a lot of
Mhm.
fluff, I guess. So I'm not sure about Lord of the Rings. I haven't read the books.
I just think like technically those movies are probably the best adaptation ever made,
Hmm.
but not my favorite. But
Yeah.
I just think the filmmaking changed the paradigm.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
can see that. By the way, I did look up In the Heart of the Sea on IMDb and it has a 6.9
That's not
out
bad.
of 10. And it does also star Brendan Gleeson.
Oh,
Again,
Brendan Gleeson.
Oh, Brendan Gleeson.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would watch that with you with an eject clause.
Yeah, sure.
Although I don't know, do you? This is a tangent. Would you respect the eject clause as much as I do? Would you get mad at me if I ejected?
Not for a movie. I think the reason I
Okay.
forced you to go through with fucking Hell on Wheels is because I just wanted to watch it again really bad.
Yeah,
And B, like we had already invested so much.
that's true.
And I thought that it would redeem itself for you, and I was wrong.
No, it got worse.
Yeah, it did get worse. But I think it was still really fun watching it with you because of how you reacted to it. I did not make you watch the 5th season, though.
I was ready to be out after 2.
I know. But I was like, no, it'll get better.
It got
I was
better.
wrong. But that was also like, I didn't completely have a gauge of your nose when it comes to film stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of the first time that I started to learn about your hard outs.
I think it's still difficult to know my hard outs because like a little thing can get its hook in me and ruin the whole fucking thing.
I don't know. Like, I do know that, but I don't know exactly what it'll be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a movie I'd certainly respect no, I can't do this anymore because I can very, for something like In the Heart of the Sea, it's like something I could very much take or leave. So it wouldn't bother me if you were like, I don't like this.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
If I decide to eject and you get mad, I'm gonna be like, no, you said I could.
Yeah, I've really only ejected once or twice. I ejected on Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I've felt that one coming.
But I don't know what else
I prompted you for the ejection.
Well, it's weird because you prompted me at the exact same time that I messaged the group to be like, I hate this. So you absolutely felt it.
Yeah. Well, I knew the part where you ejected at was gonna be the crossroads. I was like, okay, either you're down for another hour of this or you're out right now.
I think it's also mood based. Like, I think maybe another time if I was just in a really good mood and down to try shit, I might have stuck around longer, but I was absolutely not in the mood for that.
No, that's a very polarizing movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get.
Hey, I forgot to look at this.
There's no chance.
There's no chance oh, okay.
I mean, you can try, but 0 chance.
Cole Sprouse.
Cole, so what do you find at a farmer's market?
It's one of the twins from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
No.
Because he's doing a lot of like bad, shitty horror and CW shows now. But anyway.
CS PBD. The C I'll give you is Carl.
Carl Sagan?
Yeah. What's PBD?
Public broadcast
No.
disturbance. Paul Blart.
What
Do it.
What is Carl Sagan most revered for?
I don't know, man.
Well, it's
Space
Cosmos.
shit. Yeah.
It is space shit. I don't know why I was feeling this week, but I was. I almost put like MLK.
Oh no. As a
because
Southern belle, that's extra racist.
I know it would have been a funny bit. I forgot to do it. I had that thought when I was taking a shower. I was like, it would be really funny because
No.
there's several of those voices where that'd be very bad to do that I have a dream speech in.
Yes.
I would never make you do that though, but the idea of doing it's funny. It's Pale Blue Dot.
Oh, okay.
And I will paste this in here and
That's
play
funny.
it.
There's a song from a band called Tupperware Remix Party called Pale Blue Dot, and they play this over it.
Hell yeah. You're going to have to tell me that again after the show so I can go listen to that.
Sure.
That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines, every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father,
You just list everybody,
child,
huh?
inventor and explorer,
this is so long.
every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust, suspended in a sunbeam.
Wow, beautiful.
Thank you for giving me a speech.
It is long.
Yeah.
So Tatiana gave me one. Do you remember the priest from Fleabag?
Yeah.
The speech at the wedding? I was gonna do that, but that felt long. And
So
now
you
this
thought this was
feels
better?
long. I thought it was, but this feels long too.
Yes, it is. I'll do my best.
Do you want to do the old man?
Yeah.
You want to switch to the old man?
I do. It's
Okay.
gonna hurt my throat, but here we go.
Let's pretend Carl Sagan didn't die.
And this is him now.
Yeah, this is the
Okay.
alternate reality where Carl Sagan is still with us and he's ancient. He's like 80.
Here.
This is disrespectful.
That's here. That's home. That's us.
Well, he doesn't say that's us.
Old
He has like
Carl
more
Sagan.
reverence there.
I'm doing my own spin.
Okay,
This is
alright.
This is old Carl Sagan.
Okay.
On it, everyone you love, everyone you know,
Oh no, buddy, you got COVID?
He's not well. Everyone you ever heard of, every human.
Is he gonna make it?
He's really winded.
You can do it, Carl. We're all cheering.
Every human being, whoever was, lived out their lives. I'm losing it a little bit. You're gonna make me do this whole paragraph. The aggregate of our
I'm sorry, the what? What was that?
Jesse, he's so old. You can't make him repeat himself.
There's G's in that word.
I physically hurt myself.
Oh no. Do you need me to take over?
You want to do an old man voice?
The aggregate of our joy and suffering.
That's pretty good.
Thousands of competent religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines. Every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization.
There's not enough wheezing. There you go. Okay.
Every king and peasant, every young couple in love. How long is the? Why is it so long?
Yeah, it's pretty long when you have to do it, huh?
Every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor and explorer. Every teacher of morals.
Throw up.
Every corrupt politician. Every superstar. Every supreme leader. Every saint and sinner in the history of our species live there.
On a mote of dust.
You fuck.
Suspended in the sun.
You fuck, you took the glory. Fuck.
Oh, you fuck.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, you old bastard. I hope you die.
I hope you die. I'm gonna be at your funeral.
Every old man with emphysema. Everyone that ever lived on a mote of dust.
Oh boy. I hope other people enjoyed our
I doubt it.
discomfort.
No, we should have stuck with Belle.
Yeah.
Or maybe we should have done the Fleabag one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
On a mote of dust, suspended in a sunbeam.
Oh my word. Simply exhilarating.
The aggregate of our joy and suffering.
Thousands of confident religions, y'all.
The guy was like tearing him to pieces with his mouth. So I told him, get off, you know, it's like, and the guy just kept eating the other guy away, like ripping his skin.
Larry Vega describes it as a scene out of a horror movie as a naked man chewed off the face of another naked man.
It's news time.
Hey, I don't have much.
I got two.
Hell
One
yeah.
is that Jeremy Renner is back at home. That's good news.
Nice, good.
That's all I know, though. He's back at home,
Well, good for him.
and that's good.
Yeah.
And the other is that Mia Goth says the Maxine script is the best of the three, the others being X and Pearl.
I don't know that I trust that because I
Not
think
sure.
people love X more than Pearl, and I was the opposite.
Yeah, that's how I am too.
So we'll see.
I liked X more than Pearl. Pearl was okay. It
Yeah,
just felt long or something. It just felt weird.
I liked Pearl vastly more than X.
That's it. That's all my goddamn news.
The only piece of news I had is that at I think it was the Golden Globes that just happened, the Everything Everywhere All at Once cast was like all over Brendan Fraser. They were all like running up to him and hugging him and telling him to be in their photos, and it was very, very cute and wholesome.
I saw that. It was super cute.
Yeah.
Did you see Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah, she was very supportive. But then also, a couple days later, she tested positive for COVID, and she was in that room with all those people.
Well, so everybody in that room was going to get COVID anyway, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Short news.
I'm very excited. Are you excited?
No.
That's
No.
it. That 90s show is out on Thursday.
I'm probably not going to watch it.
I'm not super excited. I'm going to watch it. I don't think I'm going to like it based on the trailer, but I like that Red and Kitty are back, but I don't like the teenagers that I saw. But
yeah, I saw a different trailer with the original cast. And that was fun, just like having them show up. But I feel like there's not going to be much of that. That's probably like minutes.
First episode.
Right.
That I feel that way too. The other thing is for Critical Role people, The Legend of Vox Machina season 2 comes out on Friday, and perhaps in a Cinemark theater near you early on Thursday, if you want to look at that. But I know Critical Role people are excited.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
What are we watching this week?
we are watching Into the Woods, the musical on Disney Plus.
Hate Watch Parade.
So I said this in the intro of the watch along, but for those of you who aren't going to watch it, this was kind of a choice that blends our regular watch alongs with our bonus Hate Watch Parade, where I show Jesse musicals and he shows me sports movies.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to watch Into the Woods again, and I figured why not capitalize on that? We didn't have anything else planned for the week.
Yep.
It's also a movie that I was shown at a relatively young age, and the second act is pretty fucked up, so it was really fun when Disney made it into a movie. I saw Into the Woods when I was pretty young and thought it was really fucked up, so I wanted Jesse to see that.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I didn't hate it.
Wow, spoiler.
Spoiler, I didn't hate it. It was fun. I think it's a fun watch along.
Hell yeah.
We did bits.
We did bits.
It's got Anna Kendrick and Meryl Streep and Chris Pine.
Mm-hmm.
But we did the most bits about James Corden.
And Johnny Depp, probably.
Yeah, I forgot about Johnny Depp. He's not around for long.
No.
But check that out. And that should be out on Friday at 7 a.m. And if you want a visual time code, you can check out our YouTube channel.
And give it a little subby.
Yeah, a little subby at youtube.com/TitosPod if you wanna.
Do it.
And wow, we're done. We could have been done 5 minutes ago, but I really had to pee.
Yep.
Felicia gets unreasonably mad when I have to pee.
I get unreasonably mad when you interrupt me a minute before we are done to go pee.
Listen, our bodies do this urgency thing that it just gets urgent. You can't.
Jesse has a little kid pee-pee.
Listen, pee-pee doesn't control the pee-pee.
You've been listening to Two Idiots Talking Over
I got a little
Stuff,
kid bladder.
By Jesse Stillwell, with
kid
original
pee-pee
theme and
and
outro music by Jesse Stillwell. For more information, you can visit www.idiots.fm or reach out directly via email
I made everything,
to
including the
contact@idiots.fm.
Jesse did make the pee-pee.
Bye-bye.
Bye.